On November 20th, 1969, the crew of Apollo 12 performed a controlled experiment. They deliberately crashed their spent lunar module ascent stage into the moon's surface 2 miles from their seismometer array. They expected a brief, sharp seismic reading, the kind of impact signature you get when a solid object strikes solid ground. What they got was something entirely different. The moon rang like a bell for more than an hour. NASA seismologist Maurice Ewing described it publicly. If you have seen the record for this, it would be as if someone had struck a bell, say, in the belfry of a church a few times. You hear the reverberation. He then said something that has never been adequately explained. As for the meaning of it, I have no idea. A solid rocky body does not behave this way. When a meteorite strikes the moon, the surface should transmit a brief seismic pulse and go quiet. Instead, seismic readings from multiple Apollo impacts show sustained oscillations lasting between 55 minutes and 4 hours. The only known material that produces this kind of sustained resonance when struck is a hollow metal shell. Dr. Gordon MacDonald, a NASA scientist and member of the Space Studies Board, published a paper in 1962 stating that the data was consistent with the moon being a hollow shell. Dr. Sean Solomon of MIT later stated that the interior of the moon is peculiarly devoid of expected density, meaning it is far less massive internally than its exterior dimensions suggest. Something fundamental about what the moon is not in the textbooks. The next episode is already in my profile. Subscribe so you don't miss it. The anomalies extend far beyond the seismic data, and collectively they describe an object that did not form through any natural process the planetary science community currently models. The moon's orbital characteristics are statistically extraordinary. It is the only known moon in the solar system whose apparent diameter, as seen from its host planet, matches the apparent diameter of its host star almost exactly. This is what enables a total solar eclipse, a precise geometric alignment that has inspired awe across all of human history. The probability of this occurring by chance, given random distributions of planetary and satellite sizes and orbital distances, approaches zero. The moon's orbital period, 27.3 days, is exactly synchronized with its rotation period. This means the same face always points toward Earth. This is called tidal locking, and while tidal locking is not unusual in the solar system, the precision of the synchronization in the Earth-Moon system is unusual. The result is that humanity has never seen the moon's far side from the surface of the Earth in all of recorded history. In 1970, Soviet scientists Mikhail Vasin and Alexander Sherbakov published a paper in the journal Sputnik titled, "Is the Moon the Creation of Alien Intelligence?" Not a fringe publication, but an official Soviet scientific journal. Their analysis, drawing on NASA's own data, proposed that the moon is an artificial satellite, constructed from the inside, with a metallic shell beneath a fractured rocky surface. The paper was never refuted. It was simply ignored. The next episode is already in my profile. Subscribe so you don't miss it. The deeper question is not just what the moon is. It is what the moon does. Every ancient culture on Earth assigned the moon an active role in human consciousness, biology, and social organization. The menstrual cycle synchronizes with the lunar month to within statistical significance across populations with no exposure to artificial light. Emergency room admissions, police call volumes, and psychiatric admissions all show measurable peaks at the full moon, a correlation documented in dozens of peer-reviewed studies, though the mechanism remains officially unexplained. The moon's gravitational influence on Earth's oceans is directly measurable and precisely predictable. But the human body is 70% water. The same gravitational and electromagnetic forces that create tides in the ocean create subtle but measurable fluid dynamics in biological tissue. Remote viewer and consciousness researcher Ingo Swann, in sessions conducted under controlled conditions at Stanford Research Institute in the 1970s, described the moon's interior as containing structured spaces and machinery. His descriptions, which he published in the 1998 book Penetration, align with Soviet scientist Vasin and Sherbakov's structural analysis derived from seismic data, two completely independent sources describing the same interior geometry. A machine in the sky, precisely positioned, resonating at specific frequencies, influencing biology, synchronizing with human rhythms, showing the same face for all of recorded history. The question is not whether the moon is artificial. The question is who built it and for what purpose. And once you see this, you cannot unsee it. The next episode is already in my profile. Subscribe so you don't miss it.